So last week, UPenn's president, Elizabeth Magill, resigned in the wake of her infamous congressional testimony over the university's handling / non-handling of anti-Semitism on campus. Just tonight, the House passed a bipartisan resolution, these are rare, condemning the other remaining top university presidents' testimony. And they're calling on them to step down, including Harvard's Claudine Gay, who received overwhelming support from her colleagues, and ultimately, I suppose, the provost and the Harvard Corporation, because she's staying. Now, can Congress make the colleges act? No. Could you argue this resolution is overstepping and gives universities a chance to play the victim? Maybe. But the questions that matter are about why Harvard and MIT stood still and why no changes of any kind have been mentioned. Let's bring in Professor Carol Swain, who says race may play a role in the decision to keep Harvard's president, and Professor Marc Lamont Hill. Always good to have you both. If I don't see you or talk to you, either of you, before,
I can indeed.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays. It's good to have you both. Carol Swain, welcome to the show. It's nice to have you. You have had opinions about President Gay in the past, but I want to stick to this current episode. What do you make of Harvard's decision to stand behind the President Gay?
Well, they have decided that supporting DEI is more important than protecting their brand, because the issue is plagiarism, and it's something that affects every educational institution in America, including K through 12, because learning how to properly cite papers is something that is an expectation for college students, high school students, and certainly professors.
But Professor, I know you have an allegation, people can look it up online, that President Gay is, you accuse her of plagiarism. Let's put it to the side. In terms of her handling of this situation, UPenn's president had to step down for fumbling through answers that made it seem that she has to understand the context of ugly remarks about Jews when they don't understand the need for any context with any other minority group. Is that enough for her to be removed? And do you believe that she isn't because of race in part?
So if that's the question, I think that they all should step down because they don't have the moral fortitude to lead their institutions. And I believe, it seems to me that they had the same talking points. Maybe they were coached by the same person, but they were out of touch with the American public.
And just to get this point on the table or off the table, MIT hasn't moved on their president yet. UPenn did. MIT's president is white. Harvard's is black, but they're both still in the position. Marc Lamont Hill, does that take the issue of race off the table for you because there's another school with a white president and they haven't moved on her yet either? Or do you think race could be one of the things that Harvard weighed in not wanting to get rid of their first black female president?
I mean, there are a series of issues that we have to think about here, and I don't want to get into anyone's brain and say what their calculus is. This is why I disagree with Carol's initial claim that Harvard believed that it was more important to hold on to DEI than to protect its brand. There's no basis of that. Harvard never said that. The board didn't say that. The provost didn't say that. The president didn't say that. Literally, no one has said the thing that Carol has attributed to Harvard.
They don't have to say it. It speaks for itself.
Carol, please. Carol, I didn't interrupt you once. Just allow me to make my point.
I know what your point is ludicrous.
That's fine. Allow me to make the ludicrous point, and then you respond. But we have to have civil dialogue here.
Okay.
So again, my point is simply Carol's perspective on whether DEI played a role is fine. I'm simply saying I don't want your audience to think that somehow that is Harvard's public position. And the reason why I'm saying that is because race here is shot throughout all of this. It's complicated, but we don't want to guess other people's intentions. Of course, it looks awful to fire the first black woman president, but it looks even worse to fire the first black woman president if we see that it's unfair and that the process would be unfair. She has the support of her colleagues. She has the support of faculty. She has the support of alumni, not just black alumni, all alumni. And I don't mean literally all alumni, but I mean the Alumni Association wrote a letter in support of her.
Right.
And so on that basis, I think that that's absolutely what's going on here. I think at Penn, there are a different set of issues here.
Hey, thank you for watching. please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.